Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tiny Town, where we are playing essentially a bunch of rags to riches challenges within one lot. Let's spin the wheel to see who we are playing with today. We could get someone's second, third, or fourth episode, depending on who we land on. So let's see what we got today. We are going to be with Tarni. A reminder about this character: Tarni's color is green, her decor style is farmhouse, and her skill is fabrication. So last time I received a comment saying that if I use the bee box, I can not only get wax to do the candle making, but the bees also will help with all of the plants that we have here, which these are the soy wax plants. So that way I can get wax from both. So I did place down the bee box and it has been attacking people as we've been playing with other Sims. I also lost her fabrication machine because the landlord came over and made a white cake to burn it down. So half of these plants are dead, so we're going to have to dispose of these and get back on track. And while Tarni is doing that, I am going to admit that I had huge technical difficulties with this episode. I've actually already filmed it, and then I went to edit it. I actually filmed 2 episodes back to back, and I went to edit them and there was absolutely no sound. My audio didn't record at all, which was absolutely devastating. And so I haven't uploaded for a few days because I was deciding what to do. So I'm using the game footage that I have. It has no sound, and then I'm just re-recording my face cam because I didn't want it to go to waste because I got so much progress done. So I'm absolutely devastated and I didn't know what to do, but hopefully this is going to be okay to do kind of a 2-in-1 episode with the ruined footage that I'm trying to salvage. I've honestly never used the beekeeping that much. So I like that this challenge is making me do things that I don't normally get to do in The Sims. So I honestly didn't know what to do with the bond with bees because it seems like they're just always angry and attacking. But you can't bond with bees when you're wearing the suit. So I had to take the suit off to bond with bees, I guess. I really do love the animation though of the bonding with the bees because it's, I don't know, it seems like she's like a little Disney princess. Like she's like Snow White or whichever princess it is that has, yeah, it's Snow White with the animals. Like I like the animation. It's like she's one with the animals until they start attacking and stinging her, which would not be nice. But we do have a lot of tiny towners still literally playing with fire and risking their lives by using this grill. I'm tempted to delete it, but I just kind of want to keep it and just see what happens. So we're getting to candle making to stock up on a bunch of candles. And honestly, the grill is kind of useful because everyone just kind of leaves a bunch of food to pick from whenever we are hungry. So we're going to utilize that. And then we have 8 candles to sell here. So we're starting a yard sale at our house, which I honestly always forget that you can just do it at your home lot. I normally go somewhere to do it, but maybe I should just like start doing it from their home lots for a lot of these. We're getting a lot of recurring Sims coming along to purchase things from Tiny Town, which I do kind of love. And I also received a comment telling me that if the Sims have higher charisma, that is helpful when doing these yard sales. So she does only have charisma of 2, but we will work on that to try and help us. Okay, so $70 for our first sale. And of course, we are always being brought to the dying foxes, which this one was really sad because it looked like the other one was like running towards it. And I'm still just never going to understand these bills because it still says lot rent of 0. And then I always get that pop-up saying like, if you don't pay your rent, like you're going to get kicked out. But I don't know. There's no rent. There's only bills. I don't know if this is a glitch too, but I am getting a lot of pacing back and forward at these sales because of the thunderstorm. Let's move locations. We have the rest of our candles here and trying again. We're getting some interesting characters pop up. Sterling is also, I think, a recurring character or will be a recurring character. But the candles are selling for mostly around 70, which is not the biggest profit margin in comparison to some of the other Tiny Towners. Dane Clay, another classic recurring character in Tiny Town. I don't know why, he's just everywhere. But 70 again. And this is at a markup of 100%. So 70 is not the best. We did lose our original fabricator because the landlord burnt it down while he was trying to cook a cake in our house. So we do need to save up $1,800 to be able to get it again. The bees are always enraged, but I guess we just keep bonding with them and eventually we become friends. Is that how that works? I think that's how that works. But going to sell some produce, I technically this isn't Tarni's skill, but just to get that fabricator back. And they always have produce and stuff in their inventory because of the gardening around the community area. So now we can at least get to fabricating, because I feel like the fabricated items are giving us a better profit in comparison to the candles. Both use the fabrication skill, but I just feel like perhaps the furniture is better because we can sell it for more, but the candles are more exciting because we get to sell it at the selling table. So we are working away with the like master maker aspiration. Now we have to reach the level 7 of the fabrication skill, collect insects from an insect farm 3 times and create 5 candles, which I don't really know what the insect farm has to do with this, and I should be doing this with all of the Sims in Tiny Town because they do so much gardening and there's so much like plants and stuff around, but I'm switching to the gardening aspiration just for a little bit, just to give her some aspiration points. But if we sell the things that she made on the fabricator, we can get $200 for the bookshelf and then $550 for the table and $110 for the rug. So I feel like we're making a better profit if we use the fabricator, but it's just not as fun because we have to sell it from our inventory. But yeah, we're planting things. That is getting up our aspiration points for this other aspiration, and then I can just flick it back and forth. The bees are still enraged. I just feel like every single day they are always angry. So I don't know. They are working on the garden though. See, they're like going around to all the plants. So I do think they're going to be helpful, and we are getting wax from them, but now they're irritated. So I don't know. And we do not have enough bits and pieces now to continue fabricating. So we're back to candles because it uses less bits and pieces. It is annoying to have to keep going and getting those, but at least we're not spending money on them, I guess. So we're getting like entirely profit because we're not spending money to make things. We're just using bits and pieces. So I guess in that way, it's good. All right, so we've finished that milestone for the gardening aspiration. We just need to evolve 5 different plants, which is why I've been saving up all like evolving plants. Sometimes I just have them, even though they can be evolved, they're just sitting there, which I'll be able to do this with some of the other Tiny Towners as well, because there's so many plants probably that need evolving. So that's an easy way to get some more like aspiration points. And now that milestone is complete. So now we need level 6 gardening skill, graft onto 3 plants and fertilize 5 plants. So I'll just quickly switch back to the maker one for now, and we'll keep working on that because she is making candles. So we want those to count for this aspiration, I suppose. But back to dumpster diving because we do need more bits and pieces. So we found a stove and more dye. I haven't been using the dye that she has. I don't know if that makes things be able to sell for more. I've just been saving them, but we can recycle the stove, get some bits and pieces. So now we can keep fabricating. We can now do single beds. See, now it says you're overdue on rent when there was no rent. Like we paid the bills of 68. So I don't know. I also don't know what the best things are to get with the aspiration points. I feel like marketable is probably the main thing that we would need. I feel like a lot of the Tiny Towners need the Storm Chaser ones because it's always storming here. But for now I've got marketable just to see if that helps her sell things for more. And we are getting the insect farm. I have no idea what that has to do with, like, I don't know if that does anything for fabrication, but she needs it for aspiration, so whatever. I was kind of hoping that she would have her house for Harvest Fest, but we haven't been able to make enough to like extend her house. So, I mean, it's fine. And this is also the very first time I think that I have tried to appease the gnomes and have actually gotten it right. I feel like they're always just angry. So back to candle making, and I do have to delete the gnomes because they are in the way and her house is just so small. But all right, we're on our 5th candle. The bugs are, I don't know, I don't love bugs. I don't really like looking at the insect farm, but I don't know, she has to do it. So, and still working away on the piece. But we can now make a double bed. So we can make a green one for her since she's complained about her back being sore from this bed. I don't know what's wrong with it. And we can now make carved candles. So we're just working away on that. At this point, my son joined me and I got a moodlet solver because he was getting very concerned watching her needs go down. But we had stuff to do. So we're back to dumpster diving. Bikes are always in the dumpsters. Like I can always find like a million bikes in here. A burnt chair, which I'm going to obviously use the burnt stuff to recycle, and then I could just sell anything that is not burnt. He was very concerned about her hygiene and energy needs being low, which is ironic because he was sitting on my lap and he was really close to the microphone. Oh, we did get a computer. He was really close to the microphone and I kept telling him not to talk so loud because his face was right near the microphone. But little did I know the microphone was not recording anything at all. So we do have a fridge. There are also always fridges in the dumpster. Obviously some more dye, which we can use at some point when we're fabricating stuff. I really should test to see if it does make things worth more money if I use dye. But we have a bed, which obviously I can just sell, and some more burnt furniture. So while we're out here, we may as well do a little sale. So I have 7 candles to sell here, and we're going to mark them up and start a yard sale. And I feel like I'm just doing basically an eco lifestyle playthrough here because we have the skill being candle making that came with that pack, and we're selling in the little world that came with the pack as well. I think, is this outfit from, no, I don't think the outfit's from the pack, but okay, so $200 is a lot better than making 70 each time. We did have a celebrity sighting, which I don't know if this helped or hindered us, but more people were hanging around the stall, so maybe it helped. I don't know. And 100 from those. I think the smaller candles are just not as profitable, but they're just faster to make. Dane Clay back again. Yeah, 75 for that one. Another 75 from the high school principal. 150, that's a bit better. That was that like carved candle. 75, and then we have one left. It would have been satisfying to sell all of them, but considering she's super stinky, we're just gonna have to sell that one from our inventory. And then back to dumpster diving before we head home. So another fridge. There's always fridges in these dumpsters. And then a TV, which I was really excited about. $4, not so great find in the dumpster. A dresser that we can sell, and more burnt furniture that we can recycle for bits and pieces, more burnt furniture, and a love seat that we can sell. An upgrade part, I don't even know what that is for. I feel like this dumpster is like never ending, but another fridge. I think that's like the 3rd fridge today. A sink that I think was just dirty, more dye, more burnt furniture. Heading home to see what we found. Some stuff is burnt in half and will have to be recycled. We do have a $2,000 fridge. The love seat's $400 and it seemed fine. I'm going to just recycle those because I feel like it's cheating to just sell them straight out of the inventory. And we need the bits and pieces anyway. The dresser we can sell. And then the TV, this is when I realized that the TV was $10,000. Which I am definitely selling that. Also, the fridge we can sell, the bed wasn't worth much, and then the other fridge we can also sell, and then the burnt stuff I can recycle for bits and pieces to make more fabricated furniture. And then I worked off camera on building the house just because, I don't know, I feel I'm not very good at building and it's just too much pressure like recording at the same time. So this is what I've come up with for the green farmhouse style. I actually feel like I did like a decent job here. It's very green and it still needs some stuff. I think I want her to fabricate some like rugs and things just to make it look a little bit more lived in rather than empty. But here's the exterior of the green farmhouse. Out the front, she has her little porch area, and I've given her a little rocking chair because she kept going and sitting on Noah's rocking chair across the tiny town. So I've got this little porch area, and then heading into the house, we have her living space. So it's very green, as you can see, but I took things that were tagged as farmhouse mostly. The kitchen is, I think, cottage living, so it's not technically farmhouse like tagged in the tagging system for Sims. It's, I guess, a different shade of green, but I feel like the different shades of green kind of fit with the wallpaper. So yeah, we have a little kitchen here and the dining area. Then this is her little living area with just somewhere to sit, watch TV. And then through this door is the greenhouse that I have connected to her house with her plants, the insects, the bees. I figured it might be nice to have a greenhouse so that her plants are just not dead every single time we come over here, because they couldn't fit into like the communal greenhouse area. I don't know if she can walk through this. I haven't actually play tested it yet, but I put a fabricator in here as well, and also the candle maker. So this is her little space to work. And then back through the door and upstairs. Up the stairs is her bedroom. So I have a dresser. And then to the side here, I have a little desk, her bed, which she fabricated. So it kind of doesn't really match the rest of the furniture, but it is green. And then just a little sitting area over on this side because I didn't really know what to do there. And then through this door is just a little simple bathroom. And there is a bathroom downstairs, which I forgot to show. So going back down through this door is the other bathroom. So in here we just have simply just a toilet, shower, and a sink, which the shower is not really positioned well with that window, but yeah, that's pretty much her house. I did realize I forgot a bin, so I ended up getting a dumpster so she can hopefully do some dumpster diving from home. And then I did have to also sell some stuff. I think I had to sell like the curtains in the bedrooms, and I also sold the computer that she found in the dumpster because I wanted to get her a recycler for home so that we don't have to keep going to the other lot every time we need bits and pieces. But I did get her back a new laptop as well to replace the one that I sold, just a cheaper one. But yeah, there we go. She can now recycle from home. So we recycled some stuff here, and that was the episode that I tried filming with Tarni. Because I filmed 2 in a row, I will add on the second episode that I filmed. So let's spin for the second sim. So we landed on Isabelle. So a reminder, Isabelle's color is pink, clearly. Her decor style is garden, and her skill is juice fizzing. So last time we were working on a little mushroom house because I didn't really know what to do with the garden decor style because there's not that much, but I'm doing my own interpretation with the decor styles. I did have a couple of comments of people saying like the tags in the Sims don't always make the most sense. So I'm just going with my own interpretation anyway. So here we have her little mushroom houses that we were working on last time. And we do have her little juice fizzing station here where we have got 3 fizzes because you don't have to be standing at them to use them. So we've got a little production line here. So I had to sell some things just to be able to actually afford to start fizzing, but I don't know, all the tiny towners are helping each other, so I feel like it's fine. It does get a little bit repetitive with Isabelle because all I'm doing is loading stuff into the fizzer and then fizzing and then waiting. So I do have to like cut out a lot in these episodes. But I'm still working out on what the best things to fizz are. I do know some of the flowers worked really well in the last part. So yeah, just pretty much having her fizz things, waiting for it to finish and then collecting them. She's got a pretty basic house so far. So we had a lot of work to do to earn enough to actually give her furniture. She is also risking her life here with the grill. And because we have the communal garden area now, I forgot that these vertical ones had nothing in them, but we do need herbs for, I think the fizzing, you could use herbs for some of them. So we may as well purchase some of those seeds now. So we've switched over again to the garden aspiration so she can get some points here and we can plant the, what did we get? Parsley, basil and sage here to be able to use, well, I mean, other tiny towners can use it as well. But I love all the tiny towners when we do the gathering just here together. Isabelle's singing away or whistling away while she's watering. But we can collect our fizzed juice now. And then once again, repetitive, load the ingredients back in. Her juice fizzing skill is maxed. So I guess this is only a 5 level skill. So I'm assuming she can make every type of juice that there is. So I guess it's just about finding out which ones are worth the most now. I don't really know. Because we can do the seltzer and the kombucha now, but I'm guessing there's nothing else above that since we've maxed the skill. Also, it's winter now, which I feel like it was also winter last time when we were with Isabelle. So she's just always working in the snow. But we're back to do another street sale. So we have 9 boxes to sell, which is kind of funny in winter because there's like snow and frost all over the top of them. But I guess they're drinks. So it's kind of like keeping them cool. You don't need to keep them in the fridge and you can just drink them straight away because it's in the snow. But yeah, first sale, so 1,400 for the first sale. So these are clearly a lot more profitable than doing it with the candles. 2,100 and then 3,036 all in one go. So these are honestly selling like hotcakes and for way more money, 2,100, 1,712. Clearly juice fizzing is way easier to make money with. That one was only 700, which even then that's still a lot. So we've already made a lot of money, but we are back to fizz some more because we now have pomegranates and dragon fruit from like the community garden in Tiny Town. So given that those are more expensive produce to sell, I assumed that it would also be more expensive to make into juice. We can also start using the herbs. So we have sage to fizz as well. So yeah, collecting those, the seltzer with a hint of dragon fruit could sell for 2,800 just from our inventory. So we're heading somewhere warmer to try and sell them as a street sale because we don't want to just constantly be in snow. So we're in Sulani. We're loading them onto our selling table, which I did realize that I forgot these juices were able to be spoiled because they are food items. But selling them straight, the spoiled ones even, straight from your inventory, that gave us 500 and then 1,400 just getting rid of the spoiled fizz juice. So I don't know, I'm happy with selling spoiled juice for $2,000. So 2,100 straight away when we have just started is the juice is so easy to sell. 1,400 for that one, 700, which that's still a lot. 4,756 from Makoa. They just sell like hotcakes. 11,200 for that one, which I think that was the dragon fruit, because that's like the most expensive fruit. So the rest I'm just selling straight from the inventory. So that's still 1,225, which is still a lot. So we have 33,000 to work with. And since it's Christmas, I figured that Isabelle can purchase some Winterfest stuff for the community area, so we can finally have a tiny town Christmas. And we can now work on Isabelle's house, which the outhouse it's kind of a weird like outhouse to be working with a circle. I didn't know how to like place the items. We do have a lot of pink stuff for bathrooms, like there's a pink bath and there is a pink toilet, and she can obviously afford to upgrade her items now. But the thing is, like, a circle is such a funny shape to work with that I was like, I don't even know where to put things. I ended up going with a half wall through the center, which it still is kind of weird. So now when you walk in, you're kind of greeted with the toilet straight away, which I feel like is not the most ideal. But then, yeah, the bath and the shower are on the second, like behind the half wall in the second half of the room. I don't know if that's the most ideal, but also it's Sims, so it doesn't really matter. So that's our little pink mushroom outhouse. And then working on the main house, I didn't think, or I guess stairs probably could have worked, but I did want to go with a ladder, but I also had no idea with how to work this room. Like, I did consider putting a wall to like separate a section off to put the ladder. I didn't know, like, it would just be weird having a ladder just in the middle of nowhere, which it is kind of weird the way I've done it, but I don't know. I just didn't know what to do. So I just started placing out all of the pink furniture that we had as options just to get an idea. Here we have, it's not the best look at what the mushroom houses look like from the outside because it's so snowy. But in here we have our outhouse, which I accidentally left some flowers there. I'll have to move those. We have obviously straight away the toilet and the sink. And then on the other side of the half wall, we have the bathtub and the shower. And then the main house, I feel like it would be nice to have a lot more flowers and vines and stuff growing on the outside since her decor style is garden, but it's also kind of hard to see because of the snow. So I still haven't done most of the exterior work and like all the plants and stuff outside and terrain paint and stuff. But here we have the inside of the mushroom house. So we have a little living area and then her kitchen, which I will admit that the kitchen is a little bit weird. Like the fridge and the stove and the sink is kind of placed really random, but I didn't know what to do with the curved wall. And I also have tiles across the entire walls because like with the curved walls you can't just put it over one section, like it makes you put it over the whole thing. But I put a back door here because out here I put like these little covered areas, which I thought could be where she could set up her shop and sell from here, especially since hers is like the front lot, so it's where people spawn in. It's probably going to be easier for her. So I thought that might be a nice area to try doing that. I also put these little phones that came from the Blast from the Past event. Obviously they don't function as phones, but I feel like it's kind of cute to imagine that the wall phones, like everyone in Tiny Town has these little wall phones and like maybe they don't work, but they just work to call each other like a radio. I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to imagine that. And plus it's pink. So coming up the ladder, we have her bedroom, which again, I didn't really know what to do with the giant circle. So I have a desk here, a little bookshelf, and then her bed is here. She has a little mirror, a wardrobe. There's a lot of pink and there's a lot of like clashing pinks, but I love pink. Pink is my favorite color. So I just wanted to just throw pink everywhere. I'll probably have to upgrade her house a little bit more in future, but that's it for now. And then I felt like for the community area, it would be cool to, instead of having a roof, maybe we could make an upstairs here or like also have a rooftop deck area for them to like hang out. And I don't know. I'm still deciding on what to do for here, but for now it is Winterfest in the game. So I figured I could try and get everyone together to decorate the tree. It's kind of hard when you don't control all the Sims because obviously they're all in their own households. But I did start a gathering to try and get everyone out and then have them kind of decorate their tree, which it was cute trying to get them to decorate all together. Obviously some of the Sims kept leaving to do like the club activities. Also getting them to sing together was really cute. I thought that was sweet. It is really creepy when they stand still like this and just their mouths are moving, like it's giving cult. But when they're moving around and singing and looking like they're having fun on Christmas, that's cute. Like, see it, why do they do that? That is so creepy. They're just standing there, only their mouths are moving. much better when they're moving around and singing. Opening presents was also kind of hard when I don't control all the Sims, because I said like open present with, but they don't all want to open presents and they just wanted to keep going and doing the club activities, which was mostly gardening. So it's fine. It's the best we could do for Christmas. But Isabelle is opening a present. Tarni got to open a present. And then since we actually have a house, I figured it would be nice to actually do a Winterfest meal. So we have Isabelle cooking that. And because I'd started a gathering, everyone was still kind of hanging out, which was actually really cute, because this was like the first time we've actually had, I think, a holiday proper in Tiny Town. Everyone's just hanging out, checking out her new little mushroom house while she's cooking. And then obviously Santa has arrived, which I think last time it was Winterfest when I was playing with Isabelle and she didn't get a present. I think that was the sim I was playing with. Yeah, she didn't get anything from him because he just wouldn't give her anything. So it's nice that I got to replay Winterfest again with Isabelle this time around and get a present. So it is nice that we did get to get a present from Santa this Christmas or this Winterfest. So we got one buddy, which I checked her inventory. It's not the most exciting gift to have from Santa, but that's fine. We can just plop him out on the table and that's our Christmas present from Santa. But it was nice that having all the Sims from Tiny Town around, so I could call them all to the meal, and everyone came in from wherever they were in Tiny Town, which honestly, it was cute. It was quite nice that we finally have had a nice little holiday together, given that half the time people have not had houses to even cook in, let alone somewhere to celebrate Christmas. But yeah, there we go. That is the end of this cursed, terrible episode. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this wasn't a normal episode for you, but I didn't want to waste the footage that I did have, and I wanted to find a way to make it work. So I think I'm going to film an episode straight after I've filmed this. And lesson learnt that I need to check all my tech before I film for like 5 hours straight. So thank you if you did end up watching it, even though it wasn't a normal episode. I'm just so devastated that there was no sound for both of those. So hopefully combining them together and just putting this out is still okay. But I'll be back next time for a normal Sims Let's Play.